Hello guys, welcome back, and today we're gonna be talking about demons and shinobis, which I'm probably going to be this not really sequel. I'm probably going to end this series pretty much soon because, well, on Monday I'm going to start doing my college entrance exam. Why does this relate to this? Well, many things. Mostly because I recently started, becoming, less interested in this series, so I'm probably gonna end this very soon. So yeah, so let's begin, shall we, ladies and gents? So we currently see Izuku and the rest of Team Hanzo getting ready, and also the Crimson Squad as they're getting ready to go and bust down Dogen's the certain little, demon trafficking ring. That's what they think for now. But either way, they would start getting ready, as one of them specifically Kiryu would say, "So, son." Izuku would look at him as he would just say, "Look, just don't call me son." As he would say, but look, I know that I was never the father that you, as he would say, "Oh no shit." But, yeah, I know. But still, what is it exactly? As the man would just look at him, as he would ask, "So you do know about all of this, right?" As he would point towards all of the pictures of Dogen, as he's carrying, not really carrying, but more like, instructing people to grab some of these boxes or cages filled with different types of demons. After seeing it, he would say, "Yeah, I remember a few cases, but most of them were light. Well, except the Armageddon incident." After saying that, he would say, "Armageddon incident?" As he would say, "Yeah, that was the day when, well, you know how I told you that I defeated God? That was the Armageddon incident." Pretty ironic. Though, they were originally planning to use them as fuel to summon in God, essentially sacrificing them, all of those innocent demons. Especially the ones that I saved years ago. As you would say, saved years ago. As you would say, yeah. When it was at least, I think about 7, not 7, I meant when I was 11, I actually did save multiple demons. Especially ones from the fairy realm. They're really kind. Though most demons would take advantage of this and just either kill them outright or just use their naivete to use them. As hearing it, he would say, "You really are good, son. Though, I wish that you could have joined us, being ninjas. Being a shinobi with me." As you'd say, no thank you. I'm more into... Wait for a second. No thank you. I'm not really interested in being a ninja. Well, I do know one person who would probably want to become a ninja, but let's just say she's much more interesting, to say the least. As he would say, "Oh, who?" As you would say, her name is Jiro. She is actually a part of another squad of ours. I think it was called I think it was the Infiltration Squad, or was it called the Information Squad? I can't remember exactly, but I did remember that she specialized in espionage, and not only that, data collection, and mostly about finding out some sketchy things in the black market. Hearing it, he would say, "Huh. So how old is she?" As he would say, "About the same age as me, 17. Hearing it, he would say, "Wait, you're telling me that You've been, as you would say, yes. Don't ask. And by the way, I didn't do anything weird with the black market. Well, except for this one mission, but it's a long story. After saying it, he would just look at Izuku as he would say, "Damn, my kid's certainly quite the talented boy," he would say to himself. As we would go to a different perspective. As we would go to the perspective of some sort of room. As the person that would be seen was that of a man with blonde hair and gold, not golden eyes. I meant like, blue, almost light blue eyes, as you'd say. Ah, Officer Todoroki, Officer Katsuki, you're finally here, he would say. As they would see two people there, being that of Izuku's old teammates back when he was still working in the team. As one of them would say this, "Hey, so what is it, Toshinori-san? And by the way, though it is sort of like the My Hero Academia verse, it's also not at the same time. Like, for example, in this case, Toshinori, also known as All Might, is not the number one hero, but instead one of the top, what is that called again? One of the top elite demon downloaders, because of his talent with using a bow. Yes, a bow, ironically enough, because I imagined him using Garuda as his main demon to basically increase the power of the shots that he uses. Like, for example, he basically charges up a shot similarly to, what is her name, from Persona 3 Reload. Yeah. You know how Persona 3 Reload literally have those like special skills where they use their personas in conjunction with their weapons? That's exactly like that character, which I kind of forgotten because, well, honestly, I don't really like her all that much. But either way, let us continue on. As you would say, so we recently got a message from the higher ups, he would say, as he would basically show pictures of Dogen to both Todoroki and Bakugo. As Todoroki, which by the way I retconned as a girl, and I wonder why. You can't. Every time, I just like the idea of female Todoroki. Okay, guys, don't judge me for it. But either way, as she would say, so this is, as she would say, yes. You know how we told you about, or at least the recent news that Izuku's father is that of a, and I quote, shinobi, right? As after hearing it, Baku would say, "Wait, hold up. Why didn't I was... You didn't tell that to us," he would say. As Toroki would say, "Wait, you didn't get that message?" She would say that. As he would say, well, no. I mean, me and Kiri were busy, as she would say, busy with copulating, she would say. As he would say, as he would be blushing. Yes, I'm shipping Bakugo with Kirishima. That is the only gay ship that I actually like. Because it's actually fucking funny to think about. Yeah. So, anyway, continuing on. As Bakugo would be blushing as you say, "Shut up, Four Eye." Not Four Eyes, I meant, "Shut up, Half and Half," he would say. And yes, he does still call her Half and Half, but not for the same reason like in canon. For now. So, as Bakugo was a blushing mess, yeah, or, Toshinori would say, "Both of you be quiet." As they would say, "Yes, sir," they would say, saluting. As, as Bakugo would say, "So, what is our mission exactly?" As after hearing it, Toshinori would say, "Well, Izuku is planning to go and try and stop this Dogen person from causing this much trouble with especially demons. From what we can gather, apparently they're using them for a ritual." As one of them would say, specifically Todoroki, "Don't tell me that they're planning to summon in him again." We wouldn't want another Armageddon incident. As he would say, I am not sure about that. But for now, try and stop them. And if you find Izuku and what we have heard that he's been working with these ninja academies, which by the way, quite the interesting thing. Though apparently most of these ninjas are female. Hearing it, Bakugo would say, huh, I wonder why, he would say. But either way, so Izuku's been working with them? Please don't tell me that he's been, as you would say, Bakugo? Please do not. Especially since that he was one of my students, and from what I can remember, he's never been interested in girls. Or men, or anything. He's actually not even interested in anybody right now. Or at least I hope so. Or at least I hope not, because I want my since he really needs to get someone in his life. Though from what I also heard, his father and him been trying to get along, even though it's mostly his father trying to, trying to say sorry to him, but he mostly just ignored it. Hearing it, Baku would say, typical Izu, I guess. As Todoroki would say, I see. So, these women, these ninja women, have been talking to him, as he would say, yes. Though I wouldn't mind too much to, as before he can say anything else, they would see that Todoroki was having a blank stare, as she'll be holding up her two swords, being that of Kamui swords. And if you don't know what the Kamui swords are, they're basically like the Alice knife, but they're mostly made up of the 4-tier demons, or 4-star demons. And in this case, she got in two different swords, being that of she has two different swords, being that of the Kamui sword Ice Death and the Kamui sword Black Flames. The reason why is because, well, in canon, or at least in My Hero Academia, if you don't know, Todoroki has fire and ice based attacks. Because her quirk, or in this case his quirk, was half and half, or ice and fire. Yeah. And let's just say he actually has three, or in this case she has three different demons by her side. To be more specific, in this world, only few have the ability to use multiple demons. But in Izuku's case, his is a bit special, which I'll talk about later on in this series. But to be more specific, she has three different demons by her side because of a rare, of a rare thing that happened, which we'll talk about later on in this series as well. But either way, Ash would be holding onto the blades, that basically nearly almost breaking it, and which causing the demons inside of them to basically try and tell her, please stop that, as the being that of Prometheus, being that of the Kamui sword Black Flame, and the other one Ice Death, being that of, let me just check what is the actual name of it. I might butcher this, but I think it's Beiji Wing. God damn it. As he would say, yes, boss, you're hurting us. As after hearing this, she would say, oh, sorry about that. Though, if they ever touch him, I'll make sure that they freeze to death, she would say. As Bakugo would be scared out of his mind, as you'd say, and that's the reason why I'm not interested in girls. God, Mom, he would say that to himself. As Toshinori would say, either way, you should probably start moving out. Wait for a second. The helipad is the helipad is getting ready the helicopters for it. So get ready and go. As they would say, yes, thank you, sir. As after that, they would start leaving. As after that, Toshinori would say this to himself. Be careful, Izuku. Because an angry woman is coming for your ass. He would say that to himself. And so, this is where we're gonna be ending off this episode. So yeah, bye bye!